Now, of course, today's papers have carried some other tragic news of the death of Farrah Fawcett, who sadly lost her battle with cancer yesterday, aged 62. Now, obviously, we all remember her from Charlie's Angels. That was when she was absolutely at her peak. And her former Charlie's Angel co-star, Jacqueline Smith, has said Farrah had courage, she had strength, she had faith, and now she has peace and rests with the real angels. It's very tragic that it happened all at the same time, on the same day.
Absolutely. And also, you know, she was a real... that time, with the big hair and the... was another kind of moment to remember in terms of women, you know,
she was an icon of her time, wasn't she?
Blonde, you know, but the whole angel thing and these perfect women.
And a real role model, because everybody wanted to be a Charlie's Angel, didn't they? Yes. Whether it was her or Jacqueline Smith or the other. But
which one were you?
I was Jacqueline Smith, actually, because I couldn't be Farrah Fawcett.
Which one were you?
It's a story of my life. Couldn't cast me in any of them. Unless they do a remake of Saga Angels.
Yes,
in which case
wanted to be somebody, wouldn't you? One of those.
I loved it.
With the gun.
You know, they're so far removed, that whole fantasy thing again of those kind of women. But to have had that, and as an actress, she did a couple of films, very strong, moving roles, and it was just really today. It's terrible that. And death is terrible for everybody, and I just think you have to think about people's families and just say, may they rest in peace.
I don't know if any of you saw that the last project that she did. I mean, you mentioned that she did films as well as television. The last TV program per se was a documentary that she did, like a fly on the wall, just following her battle with cancer.
I did see that. That was very
important, actually, because she wanted people to see what cancer
but it was very hard to watch. I mean, it was really disturbing.
I'm not sure that's very well judged. I think all these reality documentaries where you show people ill and dying, all these things should be mysteries for us to discover or not. Please God, you don't have to discover it. I think the media, the whole obsession now with sharing everything with everybody. And back to Michael Jackson, he didn't, God bless him. He remained
an enigma.
And that's what it should be.
But you also have to understand why she probably wanted to do it, which was for all the good reasons. Probably ill-judged, I think so, but I understand why she wanted to do it.
Anyway, good luck to her.
Absolutely.
God bless her.
Yeah, let's try and remember as she was, rather than how she looked when she died.
Absolutely. And our thoughts are with her family and with her long-term partner as well, Ryan O'Neill. OK, moving on to slightly more normal loose women sort of topics. What would you do if you found £10,000 left in a rucksack on the street? Well, one good Samaritan from Ulverston in Cumbria found themselves in that very situation this week. And much to the relief of the couple that had lost the money, they handed it into a local police station. So that sort of got us thinking, would we be that good?
Well, you see, I would. Because, you know, there, but for the grace of God go all of us. I mean, you know, fancy you losing that money. It was your money, you just got it out, you were going to do this, you're going to go on holiday, or you're going to give it to your family or something, and you left it somewhere, and then got somewhere and go, oh my God. And then somebody handing it in to a police station near you, and you getting it back. How would you feel yourself? You've got to think about that.
Do you know what, though? If you went to the bank and you got 10 grand out in cash and you put it in a bag and then just left it on the floor somewhere, you know, frankly, I think you deserve to lose it. Oh, God! Do you want to see?
That's a really bad thing to say.
No, come on, Sherrie. 10 grand. Who walks around with 10 grand? Only drug dealers walk around with that amount of cash, don't they? I think.
True.
Look, I don't know if you're being all that honest. And, you know, frankly,
Carol! I'd hand it in as well. Come on, a little faith, please.
I don't believe you.
Do you know? Come on.
Next time you leave some money hanging around, I will take it. And the next time you go, oh my God, I'll go, well, you said you didn't care.
Yeah, but you know, if you leave stuff lying around, then you know you're going to expect to lose it.
Would you take it?
No, well,
would you take it?
Let me just say, if I honestly, this is really honest, and I shouldn't really say this because I've lost things in the past. I've left my purse in the pub, at train stations, and phones
them back.
Phones in the cabs.
Me.
Yes, I've always got them back, Sherrie. I have. I know, and this is why I feel bad saying this. But if I thought I could get away with it, I probably would. Do you know what? I wouldn't tell a single soul.
But wouldn't you haunt you? It would come back to haunt you. I guarantee you it would come back to haunt you.
It would not.
It certainly would.
It wouldn't. Because what would bother me is You know, say you handed it in.
Somebody could have drawn that out to pay for an operation for their child.
Exactly. Now see
But
what
you
you've
wouldn't-
done.
but you wouldn't
Now
leave
she
it on
can't
the
have the
floor.
operation.
People make mistakes.
But you wouldn't
People
leave it
make
on the
mistakes.
floor, would you?
People make mistakes.
Would-
People-
would-
if you're emotionally upset and in such a tiz
Absolutely.
that you've got this money and you've got to get from A to B and off you go.
You panic.
How could you do it?
Look what you've done. You've upset that woman now.
Upset me?
She can't have
Carol,
an operation.
can
And
I
I left a purse on
All
the
I'm
train
saying
once,
is-
and all my cards, everything in it, and I left it, got in the taxi and went, oh, and I thought, oh, well, it won't be there. Went through it, went back to the train, and the guy said, oh, I'm sorry, the train's been cleaned. Do you really think a wallet is going to be sitting there? And I said, no, I don't. We went through the train, and do you know what? It was there.
And Carol, can I ask you one thing? You know, if there was something that would maybe stop you doing it, would it be feeling like a good Samaritan doing the right thing, or would it be, I could be on candid camera and maybe somebody's left this for me?
Well,
and they're
you've always
checking?
got to worry about that, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, you are being watched all of the time, so
Yeah.
it would be very, very difficult to get away with it. But you know, I don't know. I think more people than would readily admit would actually, if they thought they could get away with it, 10 grand, I think they would probably keep it.
Well, I hope
But
you never lose any money and it bites you on your bum. That's
Well,
all
no,
I'm
look,
saying.
I've lost loads of money in my life, loads. And I tell you what, it's not just leaving cash in the street that I've been ripped off for, but, you know, and it's not about ripping people off, it's just, it's
Tell
just
us
about
when you've
basic
been.
human
Tell us when you've
nature.
been a good Samaritan, because I know you must have been a good
I
Samaritan.
have been a good
Go on, then when?
In fact, I was a good Samaritan the other day, and I swear, and I felt really good. It wasn't a big thing, but this little old woman...
You promised you wouldn't tell them about that.
Oh, Lynda, I had to help you. No, this little old woman just at the end of my road, she couldn't see properly. She was a little bit blind. She said, oh dear, would you please help me across the road? And I did, and I thought, really, do people actually do that? Do they help little old ladies?
Yes,
Of
of
course they
course.
do.
Yeah, well, I did, and I did, and I did it. And when I got home, I wrote it down. Helped a little old lady across the road. Well,
You know,
it was nice.
You're such a walking contradiction, because if any of us had said that, you'd have said, and what do you expect? Some kind of pat on the back?
Yes,
No,
exactly.
I
want
don't
it
want to
down
found
the
the back.
diary.
You just asked me if I'd ever been a good Samaritan, and I was, so I told you.
Good girl.
Yeah, I
Well
have
done.
lots of
Well
times,
done,
actually,
Carol.
So, no.
How marvellous.